Hello and welcome. My name is Michelle with PaperStampInk. Thanks for stopping by today to my channel where I will be giving you tips, techniques, and tutorials to help inspire you to create your own paper craft creations. Today we are going to go over this Foxy Friends Fun Fold card. Say that 5 times fast, right? So this is a cute little stamp set. I love the Foxy Friends, and here's how our Fun Fold is going to work. So I have done most of the stamping and punch art for us so that we can get right into creating that fun fold and shorten down this process for you, and hopefully you guys can follow along with what all I have done for the other pieces. If not, please feel free to write comments down below. Now if you like getting tips, techniques, and tutorials, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and tap the bell and you'll get notifications whenever I post new videos. So let's go ahead and set this aside and get started. So for our paper, actually I'll bring this back in. For our paper I used shaded spruce, and then I used some pattern paper from the Nature's Poem DSP. So I used one piece here, and then I used this wood grain piece that's behind the fox. I supplemented with some Cajun Craze scraps to punch out the fox, as well as some Whisper White. And then I also have a panel here of the Whisper White and the shaded spruce. This is a 3/4 by 2 inch and 1 inch by 2 1/4 piece. Now the base for this card is a little different size than our standard card base. It is 4 1/4 inches, so the same normal width, by 8 1/2 instead of 11. So by 8 1/2. And we're folding that at 4 1/4. Now the reason we do that is because this base needs to be shorter if the circle is going to stand up on top and still be able to fit into your standard card envelope. So that's why we did that. And then I also have used, as far as ink, I've used some shaded spruce for the sentiment, black of course for the eyes and the legs, and then some soft suede for the tree trunk in the background there. I also did a little stamping on the inside panel because I thought it was a little plain otherwise, where I used some shaded spruce and did the tree in the corner there. I brought in a piece of the burlap ribbon, and I love this stuff. It's great for nature cards, your more masculine cards. It's one of the non-feminine kind of ribbons that we have in the catalog. So this is a great one to utilize for a lot of projects. Good one to have in your stash there. The stamp sets I'm using, of course, Foxy Friends. And this can make so much more besides foxes. You've got your little raccoon ears and tail there, some reindeer antlers. And if you go on Pinterest and just put in Foxy Friends, you're going to find tons of different animals that people have come up with the punch and the stamp set. And I've done skunks, I've done cats, I've done rabbits, but there's people who have come up with probably, I would say, easily 30 to maybe 40 different types of animals to make with this, just using different color paper and combinations. And so this is the punch that coordinates with the stamp set. So I love when we have the coordinating punches. And sorry for the glare on that. It is a little shiny. So that one will coordinate nicely with this. And that's what I used here, is I punched out in Cajun Craze the body and the head. And then I used some Whisper White to create this little ruff, the piece on the tail, the ears, and the face panel. And then the little eyes and nose, that's one of the stamps in the set, as well as the legs to get a little definition to the body there. The stamp in the background here for the stump that he's sitting on is also part of that stamp set. For the thanks sentiment, I brought in the Thankful Thoughts stamp set, and this is a great all-around one if you're looking for something with a lot of thanks sentiment. So this is a good one to have in your stash as well. Then the last piece of product that I utilized was our Layering Circles Framelits dies. So I used that scalloped one to punch out the wood piece, and then we're going to use the circle one to do our punches here. Now I've already kind of got this panel prepared. I have cut this piece of DSP to 4x4. I have put this down with some washi tape because it's not going to stay here, so I don't want to glue this, but by putting this down, it's going to help me get the cut that I want for that circle image without having to do a second cut. So hopefully I'm not talking too fast for you guys here, and this will all make sense when we bring the big shot out. So I am going to bring this over here, and I have got this has got a lot of use. You know, your bottom plates can actually go through quite a bit and still be useful. So I know they look a little ugly, but they're still cut just fine. So what I'm doing here is I have put the circle framelit midway on the fold, and now I'm lining my fold up with the edge of the plate. And the reason I'm doing that is I only want to put a sandwich on both sides of this for 1/2 of the circle. I only want to cut out this half of the circle. This part I do not want to cut on my paper. Otherwise we just have a big circle cut in there and we wouldn't have a fun fold. So I'm going to go ahead and slide my top plate on and crank this through the big shot. And try and do that without too much wiggling. Are you guys there? All right. So take this washi tape off there, and now I have my fun fold. Okay, so I actually cut the wrong side of that. So here we go. We're going to fix this though. Meant to cut the other piece. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and line this piece up again. Line my circle image up again. I could just take a pair of scissors and trim this out, but I'm not very good at that. So I'm going to come in on this side, and I'm just going to line up with my circle here and stick this back down. Again, line up that base plate. There we go. Line up put that top plate back on. We're going to run this through. I've got my DSP is on this side, so it's going to cut me out a semicircle of that piece that's going to coordinate and match up. So there we go. So I've got my fun fold, and now I've got my piece of DSP. Let me carefully peel that washi tape off. I think I can go ahead and put this out of the way, and that was my plate crashing there. It's been a bit of a long day here. There we go. All right. And I am going to just line this up and put a little glue. This glue goes a long way, the Tombow Mono Multi. It is my glue of choice. That one wasn't wanting to come out for me, so I'm just putting a few little dots and a little bit in the middle there just to adhere that down nice. You don't want to put too much glue on here, and you also don't want to have it squishing out from the edges on you. So I'm lining this circle up here with that edge and getting a nice little mat around there. And that is all I had to do with that. We're going to go ahead and stick this on. Now my washi tape did a little tearing here, unfortunately, on my DSP, but I can go and take one of my markers and fill that in. Alright, so we want to put this down fairly low. It's okay if there's a little bit of overlap when we open it up, but we don't want too much on there. So I'm going to just put a little bit of Tombow Monomote on there. And we've got that set. And we're going to come in on the front, and I am just going to put a little bit of glue right there in the middle of this burlap piece and come in with my, oops, my sentiment piece. And we're going to adhere that down over the top, and then I can really give it a nice press in there. And that's going to hold on for us. And then come in with our panel for the inside. This is 4 1/4 by 3 inch on the Whisper White. And then I have a strip that is a 4 1/4 by 1/2 inch, just to kind of finish off this edge there. I didn't like it being quite so plain. So there's our Fun Fold Foxy Friends thank you card. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please give me a thumbs up. I sure would appreciate you checking out my channel for some of the other videos. I'm going to put some links to some other fun folds for you there. You have a great day, and thanks for stopping by.